All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Walt Marshall here with Buy and Live, where our focus is building wealth in real estate. In today's video, I am giving away our budget template. It's a budget that just works. In the past, I've tried many budgets and I could not stick to them. But this budget, it works because it allows you to track your expenses and you can make adjustments along the way. No need for you to just kind of, make all these radical changes all at once and, not being honest to your personal habits, financial habits. You just track your expenses, you make adjustments along the way. So if you don't know our story, my wife and I, we were able to pay off $100,000 in student loan debt within the past 5 years. Most of it has been through, a majority of it has been through real estate investing, but we started with personal finance, like budgeting and doing like a personal net worth statement so we can kind of know where we were financially. So before I get into any type of real estate investing, it's important for me to cover this basic foundation of budgeting. So I'll say this also, I'm new to this space in YouTube and there's a lot of voices out there. And for me, I don't agree with everyone and neither should you. But I'll give you an example. So like Dave Ramsey, I love his strategies with debt reduction and everything, but I disagree when it comes to housing. And then there are other people, out there where they focus so much on just money and just waving money, wads of cash, and I don't really support that. I think that it's about stewardship. I think it's management. I believe everything that I have, it comes from God, and I want to be a good steward of it. So, this is Buy and Live. I just want to be careful that I let everyone know that, before you just think you can just jump off into real estate, it's important to understand this foundation of budgeting. Everyone has different perspectives. Everyone is coming from a different place. Some people may be ready to invest in real estate, but then I may have some viewers who may not be ready to just jump off and to invest in real estate. When we first started, we were fortunate to have basic understanding of how real estate works. And that's just because, my upbringing, working with my family, doing renovations in homes, I knew more of real estate. So that was my beginning and that was my story. And let's get to the budget. So the first thing you want to do is go to the link in the description. Just click on the link to the budget. And then once you get there, you just go ahead and click File, Make a Copy. And then let's title this Buy and Live Budget Challenge. Buy and Live Budget Challenge. All right. Buy and Live Budget Challenge. Okay, so you file, make a copy, and then you can just title it, whatever you want to title it. But yeah, so this is a challenge. I am challenging you to budget, to go into the new year with a good grasp on your finances. And some of you may already, have a good grasp, but if you don't, no judging or whatever. This is just sharing what has worked for us. All right, so this is the budget template that we use. And we've made some modifications. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to just show you how to track expenses in this template, show you how the template works, kind of move you around. And then in another video, I'll come back and then we'll start making adjustments and breaking down different categories, and my thoughts on how we approach these categories. All right. So in this budget, first thing we do is we click on the date, January there, and we change it for whatever month it is. And then you go down, you change the characters down here for the three characters for the month. So whatever month it is, you just make that change there. You can just go here. I'll just do it for this example. So go to rename it and then just do that there, change it. All right. So the categories that we have are food, transportation, monthly bills, monthly bills, personal money, children, home, charity, entertainment, and investing or saving. And then you have a budgeted item, budgeted column here. We'll get to that in another video. That's when you begin budgeting. Income sources, your total income, total expenses, and your remaining balance. Now, for some reason, let me just click here and see what happened to our something happened here. I'll just delete this here. All right, so there we go. So I'll kind of go through some of the troubleshooting in the formula. So if you have any problems with it, but basically there's 3 different ways we track expenses. So I like to just use the credit card for all of our purchases. My wife, she likes to use cash, so she'll go to the ATM and she'll just keep track of her receipts. Now, the beautiful thing about this budget is that it's in Google. We both have Google accounts, so we're able to track the expenses together. We can both be in the document at the same time and enter information. So, I can use my phone, she can use the laptop, and we're entering information together. And then, so I'll just kind of go through. There's 3 ways you can enter the information. You can enter it, just downloading your bank statement or logging into your bank statement online and just entering the expenses that way. You can use your phone. So just out and about, I can just enter information there. That's good. The reason that we have food, transportation, and monthly bills is because those are the 3 highest expenses in most budgets. So for us, we try to trim those down. Those are the first things that we see. For food, that's groceries, that is, restaurants, that is, any takeout that we do, anything that we do as a family. So I'll just skip over to personal money. So in the personal money, that's if we grab lunch, and we're out by ourselves, then that would be our own personal money that we use. And that's for the month. Transportation, what we put in transportation, that's so parking, gasoline, oil changes, registration. We don't put the car note in transportation. Even if we had a car note, right now we don't have a car note. We have car insurance, but we put that in the monthly bills. The reason we do just the transportation by itself is because for the monthly bills, we try to reduce those monthly bills. For example, like loans and credit cards and all those things. Like with Dave Ramsey, the one thing we really learned from him was the Debt Snowball. And that's basically looking at the different interest rates and trying to pay those down. I'll just kind of plug some information in here so you can kind of just get a good idea of it. I won't go all the way down, but I'll just show you real quick. So food, just say grocery store. Well, we like to enter the name of the grocery store. So just do Kroger, and then we put the date next. So just say January 1st, and then we put the amount. Okay, and you just go all the way down doing that. And you do $150, $159. So then the transportation, we put the gas station in. So Sunoco, January 1st, and we do just $40. I'm gonna tell you this, there was one time in my life where I was afraid to even fill up my gas tank because I was like, what happens if my car dies? It's like I just put all this money in the gas tank and, it's money I can't even use. I was like, at one point in my life, I was that fearful. So I mean, I know I've come a long way, and I'm just sharing like, I'm just sharing like, this because how I know how it felt when, like when I didn't really have a whole lot. And I just feel that, this is a way that I can just share what has worked for us. So I mean, like, it doesn't matter wherever you are in your financial journey, just remain hopeful, and then just continue to just do all the learning you can and try to just stay hopeful. But yeah, I mean, like, there was a time I was just like, I don't want to put all this money in my gas tank, because if I put it in there and the car died, like, dang, I didn't lost all my money and I lost all my bread. I valued the money. I valued the gas more than I valued the car. It was like that. Yeah, it was like that. So, transportation. So the in future videos, I'm gonna get into like, the interest rates and everything, because like this is something that Dave Ramsey does not agree with, but it worked for us. Like, we refinanced our home because we had a low interest rate, which was fixed, on a variable interest rate that was high for student loans. So that was one thing that we were able to do. But keep in mind, we bought a house that was already low in value. We were making $80,000 together. My wife and myself, we made a combined $80,000, and I was like, honey, like, I have all the student loan debt. I don't feel comfortable buying a house. What the mortgage lenders were telling us. I'm like, that's what they say. Like, there's no way we can buy a house for what they were recommending. I said, let's just do this. Let's try to buy a house equal to our salary. And that's what we did. I mean, you think about it, like when you buy a house, it's not your money. It's like, the bank is lending you money based on your credit worthiness. And I was like, well, if our goal is to become, financially free and enjoy life, and, we plan on having children someday, like, I don't want to be, like, this is their money for us to buy a house. It's not our money. So that's kind of like, my whole thought with Dave Ramsey. But I was comfortable with making that sacrifice. I did enough research at the point of doing the refinance, and I knew that it was a good decision to do the refinance and not listen to him. So I go back to just saying this. I mean, like, there's a lot of voices out here. There are a lot of people, in this space. Make sure you do your research. Make sure you do what works for you. And then, just get advice, and all you're getting, get an understanding. All right. Get wisdom. So yeah, so mortgage, you can just plug in some numbers here and you'll see, like, it totals it here in the top. These are fake numbers, 154 mortgage. And you see, as you just kind of plug all this stuff in, it just totals it at the top. Personal money, we never put what we purchase our money on, because that's whatever we want to buy our money. Whatever we want to spend is what we spend. Like, we don't always plug in our personal money there. We just do what we do, right? So Tam, she might plug in, like, what she does with the children. And then the home, that's kind of like home repairs. That's kind of like, if we want to, like, decorate the house, or, security cameras, different things like that. Anything designated for the home, we have its own category for the home. Maintenance and all that kind of stuff. Charity, I'll skip over and show you this here. So, like, as you enter your income right now in this video, you can, if you want to skip ahead and just, like, start jumping to the income, you can. But, I think it's good to just go ahead and track your expenses. You can, plug in your income if you want. But, so if you just plug in just some number, just say you make $1,000 one week, make $500 the next week. And then from your freelance, just say you make $100. You see the total income, it comes up to $1,600. I like to pay myself first. So If you look at the investing section right there, it's automated there. You just do the suggested amount, or that's what I do. I do the suggested amount of that. It comes out into the total expenses there. And then going back to charity, I like to give back to, worthy causes, giving back to the community, and just supporting good efforts. So I put, I do the suggested amount, 10% there. Yep. So entertainment, this is kind of like what we do for our family. Like it could be movies, it can be a trip. It could be, like just out for ice cream, like some type of park or carnival or something like that. We would do entertainment there. Or if we want to go skating, different things that we'll do it in the entertainment section. So let's just plug something in. $30, family movie. All right. So this is where we're going to start. I'm not going to go too far into the budgeting because, the first thing is just to track your expenses. And then, just come on back and we will begin budgeting as we go through this. Okay. One last thing I'll show you, so you have the total income there, you have the total expenses, and then you have the remaining balance. So as you're tracking your expenses, you can see how much money you have left over, as you begin budgeting and as you begin to spend. It's like, wow, okay, I see how much I have left, so maybe I'll need to pull back. But right now, as you first start out, it's good just to don't do anything, just see where your money's going. And then, that will be that will be enough for you to just say, okay, I can make adjustments here, because you want it to be comfortable in a sense where you can stick to it. You want it to work for you. All right. Another thing is here in the investing category, kind of like investing / savings, we like to have an emergency fund. Most advisors say that it's good to have $1,000 for, emergency fund. If you're just starting out, maybe you don't have that high goal. Maybe you try to have an emergency fund for $200 and then $500 until you get up to that $1,000. That's one thing that Dave Ramsey also suggests. $1,000 will cover most emergencies. We'll have information for you to just kind of, we'll have notes in there for you to just kind of download it and just kind of follow along. Troubleshooting. So if for any reason, if the template is not working properly, I'll show you how to make adjustments and how to correct it. So in this top section here in column 2, you don't want to enter any information there because there's a formula. Okay. And I'll show you how to correct the formula if you accidentally delete it. So see, I just deleted it there. All right, so you come up to this icon here and you click sum, and then you just drag the cells here, and it's going to give you a sum. It's going to total all those cells from C3 all the way down to where you finish selecting it. So I'll click enter, and if you notice that you have more entries than cells highlighted or selected, what you can do is then come up to that cell, the total, click on it, and then you can just highlight it here, and you see it's at C21, so that's where it stops. Then you'll just kind of enter a higher number. So let's go to C50, like that. Okay. This has been great for us. We've been able to just go back, track expenses, and kind of just see how we've spent our money. And real estate investing, we didn't really understand buy and live until I read this book here, The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. There are links in the description if you want to check it out. But buy and live is an incredible way to build wealth. You make your money when you buy the house. Everyone can buy a house like a real estate investor. But before I get into all that, I want to start with a solid foundation, making sure that, I'm not making any assumptions, different, knowledge bases. I don't know, but I want to be responsible and make sure that, if you listen to me, we're starting, from point one, all right? So I'm excited about this journey. I'm excited about the challenge. I want to know if you're going to do the challenge with us. If you don't mind, just drop me a note in the comment section below. Just say, hey, I'm in. I'm rocking with you all. Go ahead and do that for me. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, like the video, and subscribe if you have not done so already. I'm really excited about this. We are going to be financially free together. Let's do this, all right? So I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.